Hello and welcome to Nintendo Nostalgia, episode 173. I'm your host, Ryan Black, and I am joined by a guest, Dark Lily. And we are back and we are playing with power. Lily, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Just staying quarantined, but having a good time. We are finally getting back to our Zelda Ocarina of Time In-Depth. So it's a long hiatus. I don't think it was 7 months, but that would be funny if it was. It's been a long time. It's good. It's good to be back. We finally got things working with Skype. We had to switch over. We haven't made things quite work since, the Google Hangouts days. So it seems to be working. So fingers crossed that we get through this whole stream just fine, and we can continue doing this and get through this game, because it's a lot, but it's great. So yeah. Last we left off, I got tragically lost in the Forest Temple. Couldn't figure out where to go. I had 2 keys, but didn't know what to do with them. And hopefully today we'll get through the Forest Temple. We're not going to push too far and try to go to another temple or anything like that. But we just want to kind of have some closure on this level, this area, and then set up for the next one. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So what is your first experience with this Forest Temple? Kind of give some background of this. Like, was it something that you had trouble with as a kid, or was it something that was a breeze, or?
I don't really remember how I don't remember it being an issue as a kid, which I don't understand how, because when I went back later, it was super difficult, and I'm like, how did I even get through this as a kid? But I know for a fact, I played it with my mom, so it probably must have been it. She must have gotten us through this, because I don't remember having an issue as a kid, but definitely as an adult. This one was harder for me than the Water Temple for sure.
Mm-hmm. Is your mom a gamer?
She is. That's why I
Awesome.
have passed it down to my children. It's kind of like a generational thing. So my mom and my dad, they both play games, so they got me into it as a kid.
Awesome. I don't know too many parents that do gaming. I had a friend in high school that their whole family, his brother, his mom, and his dad all played World of Warcraft together. So
yeah, we did too for a little while. I got them into it, and then they kind of took off with it, and I kind of got bored with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I quit playing, but they actually ended up having a very popular guild in the game. And people had to do special stuff to even get in. It was
Oh,
crazy.
wow.
I'm like, what kind of weird, I don't know. It was like Twilight Zone. I was like, why my parents have surpassed me in it was really weird.
Yeah, it was interesting hearing their stories of trying to stay in their guilds and everything, and they had to be on certain times or they got kicked. Like they couldn't miss one day or one raid or anything. I was mad. It was like madness. I can't imagine that.
Yeah,
I tend to miss dates a lot, so I can't imagine staying consistent with that. So.
Oh no. And they were weird about it too. I would be like, "Hey, do you guys want to watch a movie?" And they'd be like, "No, we have to do a raid." And I'm like, "Ugh." And I'd be so sad, just sitting and watching movie by myself while they're in the computer room playing video games. It was so weird.
So right now we are in the winding room. You hit the eye to straighten it out, but we're going through it on the windy side. Hopefully we can figure out where we need to go. Kind of going back to where I got the bow. Maybe where the Poe is that you shoot the pictures, because it's the only thing I can think to do. This is a place I got stuck as a kid, actually. And the reason I stopped playing for 7 years was I couldn't figure out what to do in this stupid temple. So hopefully we can figure this out and get further.
That's a big hiatus. Although I think mine was the same, except we got stuck at Beast Ganon at the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we could not for the life of me beat Beast Ganon. So
that is an epic fight. I cannot wait to cover that part on the show. That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. It's funny because I've seen people beat him with a bottle, and I'm like, have you heard of that? Where they
No.
You can switch out and I don't remember how to do it, but you could switch out a bottle for the Master Sword somehow and just beat him with a bottle. It's really weird. I'm like, this is so odd. I think someone must have fudged the game or something or whatever. I'm not sure, but
So we're going through the staircases. There's two identical staircases. One I think you start going down in, and the other one you start going up in. And the one that you go up in, there's picture frames that has a Poe in them that keeps moving around. You have to try to shoot the Poe picture. This is the part that I never figured out as a kid, and that's why I never really progressed any further. I'm pretty sure I looked up a walkthrough just for this part, just to know what was going on, because I didn't know.
You have to be, I think, far enough away from it.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're sneaky sneaks.
So yeah, it keeps jumping from picture to picture. You gotta shoot, stay far enough away so it doesn't move to another picture, and then you keep taking out picture frame by picture frame until it leaves the picture frames and goes down. You have to fight it. So that's what we're kind of doing right now. This is a blue Poe. It's my favorite color, so it kind of made up for it after all of those years of not being able to play, like, you know, fighting this blue one. It's like finally my favorite color, so I just love it. Of all the Poes, I mean, there's not much personality to them in this game anyway, so I think this is probably my favorite one. Because it did stump me for so long, and I appreciated it so much when I finally did beat it.
Yeah, they're super playful. They're mischievous. Is this the first one?
This is the second one.
Oh, the second one. Okay. That's right. Okay.
Yay! Okay, so we hadn't done that part yet, so this may have been where we were stuck, hopefully. I don't know if I saved, or I just didn't save last time, or if we'd actually done this. It's been so long, I don't remember. Currently open the chest that you get from defeating the Poe. I got the compass. So most Zelda games, I never find the compass. I don't know why, but that's like the thing that I always skip. And it's such a useful thing, too.
Right. It is helpful.
Oh, I think... Did I backtrack again? I did.
Hey, I am the last person you should ask.
Okay, so yes, when you go into this place where the portraits are, you're ascending the stairs. So I ended up going back down because you go back down to fight the ghost. So you got to go back up again. Ah, here we go. Okay, here's the key door that we couldn't find. It's just a matter of backtracking. Oh boy. This next room is one of the twisty rooms where you twist the rooms to make it turn up right side up or upside down or what have you.
Yes.
But of course, you know, Navi has to chime in about the shadows of monsters that hang from the ceiling. So how absolutely terrifying are those? Do they call them the floor masters? The floor ones? Are they called ceiling masters or what are they called?
I think they are called ceiling masters, but they're terrifying.
Yes.
They've always freaked me out, but I don't think they've freaked me out more than the versions of them in Twilight Princess.
I think that might have been one of the ones that scared me.
Those are terrifying. I hated that part.
I don't know. For some reason, it sticks out in my mind that I didn't like them at all in... I want to say they were in Wind Waker, but I don't know in what capacity they were.
I'm trying to remember. I want to go back and play that game. I actually, my friend, I keep telling her, like, she wants to stream it with me. So we're going to do, like, she's going to sit next to me and play it, and we'll play it together and tag team it in a stream or something. But I need to go back and play that. It's good. It's a good game.
So what is... I heard something about, like, the ability to, like, play at the same time with other streamers and stuff. Like, kind of do, like, a co-stream. Like, have you seen anybody do that or seen any experience like that?
You know, I haven't done that personally. Mostly I have friends just come over and we just kind of sit together and do it. But I mean, it was something that I had looked into, or that I was going to look into doing, because I think it sounds really fun. Especially with like you know, like the other day I did that stream for Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
It would have been really fun to be able to get everybody in on a call and see everybody and talk to everybody and stuff like that. And I think next year my birthday is going to be a lot more fun, so that I can actually do that and actually talk to everybody coming in. So we'll see how that works.
Happy birthday, officially on the stream.
Thank you. I am big 3-0 now.
Awesome. It's a good age. I gotta tell you though, I was happy to get past 31. Like, I don't know, it was just an odd number.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean like 3 is like my favorite number, so I'm not too like, upset about it.
Mhm, mhm. So you say you have kids that are gamers. Have they gotten a chance to watch you play this game?
Well, I think I was playing it with Evelyn, but I think she was just too young to kind of be playing it yet. She was like
Hmm.
5 or 6. But now that she can read, I feel like she could do a lot better with it. I just I really like the remaster, and I want her to play that because I feel like she's one of those people that would get frustrated with the water temple. Like
Yeah,
she'd get
yeah.
super frustrated. And I feel like they did. Oh, there's my little monkeys right now. But anyway, yeah, they're super into Zelda. They it's funny, even the little one is like, "Oh, that's Link." Like she knows even the different versions of him.
We were able to twist the room back around. We had to shoot an arrow through a torch to freeze or unfreeze a eye switch, and that caused the room that we were in, or the hallway that connects to that room, to twist, and you could go down it, and it put a hole in the floor basically. So we fell through the hole in the floor and ended up in this checkerboard room. I love the floor. I'm a checkerboard fiend. Like, I dress everything up in checkerboard. Like, my Animal Crossing house has its own dedicated ska room, and it's all checkerboard floor and everything. So yeah, I'm a big checkerboard fan. It was in Mario 64. It's in Legend of Zelda. I love that they put checkerboard stuff in this. So you end up in this room with this falling ceiling that has pieces cut out of it that you can kind of navigate your way around so you don't get crushed by it. And then Navi's like, "Hey, watch out! The ceiling is falling down." So it's so cool. Like, it kind of reminds me of like a chess board too. I remember, like, as a kid, I just took every, like, I go to the next soul just to be safe. Like, I don't try to rush it real quick trying to get to the next place. Like, I have to go to where I know is safe, so I don't get crushed by the ceiling. But
I do the same thing.
because at first I thought, like, I was such a nerd. Like, I thought I had to move, like, Link was the knight, so I had to move like a chess piece on the board to get past. I was so ridiculous. Okay, so once you get past that room, um, you pick up a chest on your way, and then you go through the door, and you end up in another Poe room, or at least what it seems like. There is a picture of a Poe. I want to say he's green, or is that yellow? Green. His
Green.
flame's green. So you gotta hit it with the arrow, and that drops down a puzzle from the ceiling. One piece of the puzzle is fake, the others are real, and you have 1 minute to assemble everything. So
Looks
I
like
have a
that middle
bad
one.
feeling about
You got this.
this. Hopefully I can get it done in time. I think I had to do this several times my first time through. So yeah, it drops a picture of the picture you just shot off the wall of the pose. Oh no, I pushed it too far. And you gotta assemble it just right. All the pictures will line up. Oh man, I messed it up.
It's okay.
Ah, so close. Got one more to go. 15 seconds.
Can he do it?
I think I
Yes,
can do it. I
he
think I
can.
can. So close. Four, three,
Aw.
two, one.
Way
I
to
got
leave us on our toes. Nice. First try.
it. So the way these poses attack, they turn invisible and you can't hurt them really, and then they start spinning with their torch. When they're spinning with their torch, whether they're invisible or not, you can't really hit them. You have to kind of hit them in between when they're just kind of like staring away, not knowing where you are. But yeah, they just like twirl around in circles and they attack you. If you put your shield up, you can easily dodge it. But you gotta be quick when it becomes corporeal again because it'll start spinning again and become invincible. So you just gotta really time your sword swipes. It can be challenging for sure.
Can you use your arrows at all or no?
Probably could. I'm bad at using. my arrows when I need to. I think the next fight you have to use arrows though, if I remember
What
right.
if you? I don't know. Like I can't remember because I played the remake. I can't remember if they changed that or not in from the old one. But when you target them, doesn't it aim like auto aim at them? Like if you have your bow and arrow out.
It does, yes.
Okay, so yeah, but they disappear a lot too, so that's kind of difficult.
Most of the rooms in this temple, the connecting rooms that are small, will have a giant Skulltula just hanging out in there. You got to shoot down every time. Okay, so the final Poe is just hanging out in the middle there. When you get back, all three of the pillars are lit. Every time you defeat a Poe, it'll light up a torch. And in the center area, there's just the one torch that remains with that Poe. So I'm going to jump down. It's kind of a purplish looking Poe. I think probably the most wicked looking of all of them, I would say.
It's my favorite one. I like purple though.
So it splits into 4 different versions of itself, and you got to figure out which one is the fake one and which one's the real one. Usually they twirl. I missed it. So when they disappear, they split into 4. You got to figure out what's the right one. The real one twirls, and so you have a chance of taking it out before it tries to hit you. Then they disappear and they come back again in 4, and you got to wait for the one to twirl and hit it again. Oh no. It's a problem with working with a non-64 controller. I have to use the Wii Pro controller.
Oh, are you playing this on the Wii or the Wii U?
The Wii U, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have it on my Wii U too.
Yeah, it's the only
We have
HD enable that I have, so.
right. I don't think I have so wait, you have it on your Wii U, not your like the Wii, because I have everything like I didn't move everything over from my Wii.
I'm playing on the Wii channel on the Wii U. So.
Okay, but you can use a Pro controller with that?
I'm using the Gold's Wii Pro controller
Oh,
thing.
okay. The regular Wii controller. Okay, Wii Pro controller.
Like they
Gotcha.
had like the Pro controller, and they had the Pro controller that had the 2 grips on it. I got the gold one that came with GoldenEye. I want to say the remake of GoldenEye for Wii.
Okay.
So yeah, it just has grip to it. So it's not the perfect controller, but it's not a 64 controller. Unfortunately, we don't have a 64 mini that allows you to use that port yet.
Soon. Soon.
Yes, I hope so. I really do. Like, I would love to be streaming this and everything else 64 related.
Oh my goodness, that'd be amazing.
Okay, so we defeated that Poe, and it lit all 4 pillars, and an elevator rose up in the center of the room. I don't want to go up again. And so then it takes you down to this. How would you describe this room?
It reminds me of Umbrella Corporation, but you know.
Yes, very much so. It's that symbol, basically.
Yeah.
Now, if I remember right, you had to push the walls themselves, kind of like spinning a roulette. You can only like move 1 notch at a time, or like a safe even.
Right.
Like turning a dial on a safe or something. And you push these large stone pillars that are coming off of the wall, and it rotates the entire room and opens up other areas that you can get to. Basically, you just got to kind of hit switches to try to open doors to get to the boss room, which, if you look on the map, it does show the boss symbol at the end of the room. So you know you're close to the end of the temple at that point. I do hear a gold Skulltula somewhere around here. I wonder where it is. I'm gonna
Might
keep
be one of the
pushing.
rooms. Yeah.
Wait. I think it's in this room. Okay, I almost left without it. There it
Oh,
is.
got
Oh.
it. Oh.
I can't wait to get the long shot.
Right?
All
You're
right.
about to do one of my other favorite boss battles too.
So confession, I have been obsessively eyeing this mug that they have at my GameStop, the Greenwood Park Mall GameStop. They
Oh,
have
yeah?
a Phantom Ganon mug, like the
For
most random
real?
thing ever. It's Phantom Ganon. Like what?
That's awesome.
Like of all there's no other bosses or anything like that. Just Phantom Ganon. They put him on a mug. I'm like, this is amazing. Like I really need this mug. I still haven't gone and got it. I'm gonna check online and see if I can pick it up on GameStop.com too. But man,
Yes.
it is such a cool mug.
I have this Wind Waker mug that is like my absolute favorite that I got from GameStop, and it has like I've never seen a mug like this, but on the inside it has like the scene on the inside where he's like in the boat. Like you can
Huh.
see it. Like if you look into it, like and it's like swimming around in your milk. It's like awesome. But I like or whatever. It's so cool. I love it. I'll have to show it sometime. It's really tight. I love it.
That is awesome.
I think I got it from your GameStop too.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't remember.
I miss working there. I really do. I'm
Yeah,
not
me
there right
too.
now, so things got a little crazy. Basically got a promotion at my kennel job, and so I kind of
Oh,
had to stop with GameStop. So I left GameStop intending to leave both jobs and find something else to pursue, and things just kind of opened up to where I started taking on more manager training and stuff. Where I am now at the kennel, so it's been
wow.
going pretty well.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, right now in the game, we are just pushing things around, hitting switches, pushing the walls around, just trying to figure out what we need to do to get to this boss room. I've hit 2 switches so far, which each time opens up a gate, which reveals another switch. So, a bit of time wasting, but. All right, so I think this is the final switch, and we'll be right into the boss. Got a lot to say about this boss room coming up, so we'll go into detail what it looks like. I feel like they put a lot of good, hard work into this scene just to set it up. I think they did such a good job with that.
I agree.
All right, we made it to the boss door. So one thing with this, when you start out, you walk into the room, this boss room, and you can see what looks like spears making up fencing. There's like those those weight things you see at movie theaters, but it's a little more sinister, I would say. And you have to go up the staircase to your right, Link's right, and you go up a winding staircase to a big room, basically, all roped off like it was when you first came down that little rope. And you have these giant pictures on the wall. Reminds me of like Legend of Sleepy Hollow in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I can
Um,
see that.
Man, I cannot wait to see this in HD someday. I'm sure they're going to do this game in HD, and it'll be amazing.
Oh my
But
goodness.
so
All those. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I never could figure out what that yellow thing was in the picture. Do you have any idea what that is? Is that like the moon behind the trees, or is it like a bird, or what is that?
Yellow thing. I don't know. It almost looks like part of the trees, but I mean, I don't know why that would be. Can you turn around and look at the one behind you? There's one right.
Yes.
There's one. I think there's one right behind you though. Like if you keep going a little further.
I wonder if it's like a crescent moon or something.
Oh, there we go. That's super close. Yeah, it almost does look like a moon, maybe.
Huh. So what it looks like is, I'm guessing that's either a castle in the background or a very, very large mansion. It's a winding road going between trees leading up to it. And there's just pictures. Every wall has a giant portrait like that. And in the center, there is the Triforce symbol with a circle around it. And each arrow is pointing to one of the pictures. So you walk in, you kind of explore around. Nothing really happens. You're
Could
like,
be our
okay,
own castle too.
what am I doing in here? Like, okay, I'm in a room, nothing's happening. Well, maybe I just gotta leave. So you start heading to the exit again, and that's when you get trapped. The spikes are raised, and you're trapped.
Like
And
his
there
face.
is Ganondorf right behind him.
I love Link's face. He just looks so surprised. He's like, like he couldn't just jump over that rope or something like that and run away.
So
Like that's what I would do.
Ganondorf shows up on his horse, and Ganondorf then proceeds to rip his face off. And you're left with this grotesque phantom-looking Ganon. And it says you're fighting Phantom Ganon. I can't remember what the subtitle was for it. Basically, how you do Phantom Ganon is he disappears into the picture, and then he starts coming back through the picture, like he kind of walks down the winding road. And there are two versions. One is slightly darker than the other, and you have to figure out which one is the real one, and try to hit it when it comes out of the picture. If you hit him, he gets kind of sucked back into this portal that he came through, and then he kind of dashes off in the background again. Oh, this fight is epic. I think that's the real one. Okay. So 3 hits, and he loses his horse, and he starts floating around. He's got kind of a cool scepter thing going on. In traditional Ganon fashion, he is sending bolts of light, I'm guessing, that you have to hit back in, or bolts of energy. Okay, that was weird. It disappeared. Basically, you're playing ping pong with him, to put it in layman's terms.
Oh, that's
ouch.
so fun though. I love it. I love this part. It's so fun. I don't know why I love it.
What in the world? Why does it keep disappearing?
I don't
That's
know.
so
It's
weird.
weird. Camera angles aren't great on this either.
No, that's one thing I hope that they fix is the camera.
Yeah. I see all of those really cool mods that people make, like in different engines and stuff, and they're just amazing looking.
Yeah. I would love to
Beautiful.
see this fight in that. So this ball of light, when it hits you, it kind of electrifies Link and takes away a heart of damage. But you can hit it back at him, and then he hits it back at you, and you keep volleying it back and forth until one person misses. And then you have the opportunity to run up and hit him if you hit him with his spell, and deliver a sword swipe at him. He's a really cool looking guy. Like, he does not get enough credit.
Nope.
And he looked kind of goofy in future versions. I don't know. Like, they called him Phantom Ganon, but I didn't really feel like it was this one. But I kind of feel like that way about a lot of the Ganons. Was there a Phantom Ganon in Twilight Princess?
There was. I don't think they called him that, but there certainly was.
Okay.
I mean, I would definitely call him a phantom because he wasn't like in corporeal form, I guess, yet. Have you played Twilight Princess all the way through?
It's been a long time, and I rushed through it, so I don't recall much from it.
I mess around so much in that game. It's not good.
Gotta take a fairy. Now, do you remember if you have your fairy out in your inventory, like ready to use, if it'll auto use it? Or is that in future games?
If you die, it'll automatically come out of the bottle and use it on you.
Because I've died before in this game when it was in my inventory, not actually equipped to a button, and it wouldn't come out.
Really?
It let me die, yeah. For some reason. I don't know if that was a regular thing or not, but...
Oh, well, I don't remember that ever being a thing. That's weird. Because I know that in other games, maybe I'm used to the remaster or whatever, because you definitely don't need it equipped when you're fighting.
I'm doing bad at this.
That? I don't know. Well, it's also really hard to talk while doing this.
Yeah.
So. Plus the pressure's on.
Okay, I'm having Navi read off what it says about Phantom Ganon. Navi says, it's an evil ghost of the Forest Temple. He comes out of one of the pictures. Answer his magic attack with an attack of your own.
Okay. She's Captain Obvious.
Hey, if you're a kid, you don't know this stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
It's really hard. I was playing Breath of the Wild the other day, and going from Breath of the Wild to this, I keep trying to do, like, move the camera and stuff, and it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it's hard when they have the fixed cameras.
Biggest disappointment of Breath of the Wild? No Skulltulas.
Yeah, I can definitely agree that.
That was a big disappointment. Enemies were lacking.
Yeah. That was one of my reasonings for not being too fond of it. I do have hope for the second one though.
Mhm. It should be good. I hope. What in the world? I must be too close to the exit there or something. Because the energy bolt that he sends back at me, it just keeps disappearing, like glitching out. It's very strange.
I remember this being very hard though, because timing is just really, really, really hard.
Okay, just do the fairy bottle again.
I like how you do it just to be safe. I don't blame you though.
Don't want to start all over with that.
There
All
you
right,
go.
this should be the end. All right, good. So he kind of flies up in the air, then hunches over like he's being lifted from his back, and then he starts kind of falling apart and burning with blue flames. He gets pulled to the center of the room, and that purple portal opens up. Ganondorf actually speaks to you. He says, "Hey, kid, you did quite well. It looks like you'll maybe gaining some strength, but you have defeated only my phantom. When you fight the real me, it won't be so easy."
I like his like mask.
What a worthless creation that Ghost was. I will banish it between the gap between dimensions, suggesting that he will come back someday. All right, so the evil Phantom Ganon has been vanquished.
Don't forget the heart piece.
Yes, thank you.
I was ready to be. I was like, I just went right for it. It's kind of off to the side, like you don't immediately see it, so
Mhm. So
at least that's what I like to tell myself.
you had to go back and get a heart piece at one point. There was something I did that on. I can't remember which Zelda it was, but it was a trek. I remember going back to get it. I try to never forget that now.
Yeah. Yeah, ever since that moment I've always been like, "Oh, I have to make sure I get the heart piece every time."
In Ocarina of Time fashion, you beat the boss, and the center of the room opens up a blue portal to teleport yourself out of there. In this case, you get whisked off. You get put inside a rupee. That's the best way to describe that.
Yeah.
You get whisked off to the Light Temple, I think is what they call it. Chamber of Sages. Chamber of the Sages. Okay. And here's where you see your childhood friend, Soraya? Surya? I don't know.
I always call her Saria.
Ah, I hadn't heard that one before.
Really? A lot of Zelda names are very I don't know, mispronounced or pronounced differently.
I gotta be honest, I'm a little scared to do the next part and read the dragon's name. I don't know how to pronounce that at all.
Volvagia?
Yeah, it's such a weird
Oh yeah.
thing. Uh,
Or like I've always pronounced or heard people pronounce Deku different, or like Deku, Deku. Like so
yes.
many. Like I like Deku. I've always pronounced it Deku, but like everybody pronounced it differently.
Soraya is basically saying, I always believed that you would come. She always wanted him to come back. And sort of he did. But she is no longer able to hang out with Link anymore. She's become a sage or pretty much a spirit in that aspect. I don't know if they necessarily die, but it's not really clear. It's like they're kind of just stuck there. Maybe they're in
Yeah.
stasis or something. It's kind of forlorn because like I was cheering for them in the beginning. It's always sad to part in Kokiri Forest, and that they're good friends and everything, and then you know I'm sure there's a lot of people that ship them. So
Oh, that's weird though. That's so weird. She never grows up.
yeah, but he thought he was a Kokiri too. So
Yeah, he did. His whole life. He would have found out very quickly though that he was not. Like there's something different.
yeah, yeah. She says, "You don't have to explain it to me, because it is destiny that you and I can't live in the same world." So sad.
That is sad.
I will stay here as the forest sage and help you. Now, please take this medallion. She raises her hands up in the air, and the green medallion shows up and drops down into Link's hand, upstretched hands.
It's funny how like there are so many different ships in this game. Like you know
Yes.
how like people like I don't know. The only one that I can like think of that was recent was the Twilight thing, like Team Edward and like Team. What was the other
Yeah.
one? I don't
Yeah.
know. I can't remember the other one, but yeah.
Jacob.
Um, yeah,
Don't
Jacob.
ask me
Thank
why I
you.
know that.
I'm judging you hardcore. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, but it's funny because everybody like probably has like I don't know. What team would you say that you were on? Were you Team Zelda?
I think so. Um, just because I absolutely love the picture that was in the instruction booklet with the game that
Hmm.
shows like Kid Link and Kid Zelda just hanging out together in the grass. Like I absolutely love it. I've kept that in my memories box for as long
Right.
as I can remember. Like I just love that picture so much.
Is that the one with the baby Epona next to them, or
I think maybe.
I think like baby Epona is like right next to them. I honestly liked Malon. Like I would say I was Team Malon.
Hmm. Hmm.
It was a mix up between Malon and Zelda. I really liked both of them, but
I think in some timeline or something they did grow up together. It was I say Malin, so.
see, it's another name.
But so after you beat this forest and you talk with Soraya and you get your medallion, Soraya, you get dropped off basically in front of the Great Deku Tree, the dead Deku Tree, and there's a sprout there, and Link looks at the sprout, and the sprout like pops up, scares the heck out of him. He falls back, lands on his back, he screams, which you probably just heard. And the sprout says, "Hi there, I'm the Great Deku Tree, or the Great Deku Sprout." One thing that's interesting to note is he seems to retain the memories of the Deku Tree, or seems to pick up right where the Deku Tree left off. So I'm kind of curious how that works, but just a transfer of body into a new body or what have you.
Reincarnation.
Because you and Soraya broke the curse on the Forest Temple, I can grow and flourish. Thanks a lot. Hey, have you seen your old friends? None of them recognized you with your grown-up body, did they? That's because the Kokiri never grow up. Even after 7 years, they're still kids. You must be wondering why only you have grown up. Well, as you might have already guessed, you are not a Kokiri. You are actually a Hylian. Did I say that right? Hylian?
Yes, I say Hylian as well.
Okay. I am happy to finally reveal this secret to you.
You got to remember we were either learning how to read or like new to reading, so maybe we all just kind of guessed on how it was said.
So the Deku Tree Sprout talks about some time ago, before the King of Hyrule unified the country, evil was happening. One day, to escape from the fires of the war that was going on, the Hylian mother and her baby entered the Forbidden Forest. The mother was gravely injured. Her only choice was to entrust the child to the Deku Tree, the guardian spirit of the forest. Normally, the Deku Tree would probably kick him out. This is just me adding stuff to it. The Deku Tree could sense that this child's a child of destiny, whose fate would affect the entire world, so he took him into the forest. So yeah, it's all a lie. He's not a Kokiri. He's not a fairy boy. After the mother passed away, the baby was raised as a Kokiri, and now finally a day of destiny has come. This cool like fire thing going on in the background when he tells the story. You are a Hylian, and we're always bound to leave this forest. And now you have learned your own destiny. So, you know what you must do. That's right, you must save the land of Hyrule. Now, Link, break the curses on all of the temples and return peace to Hyrule. So
I think you did good time on that. Yeah,
This Deku Tree is cute. He's
it
really
is
plump.
cute. Look
He
at his
kind of
cute
looks.
little cat mouth.
I don't know. I think Ditto when I see that. He's got
Oh,
the
it
beady
does
eyes
look
like
like
Ditto.
Ditto. Yeah. Oh my. I never really thought of that, but I don't know. I just never thought of that. I was so sad when the Deku Tree died. Like I'm pretty sure as
Yeah.
a child, I think I cried. It was so sad.
Mm-hmm. One of the early experiences with death.
Yes.
I gotta say, after 7 years though, and coming back to this game and finally beating that temple, and then getting to see like the Deku Sprout was so rewarding to know that
Yeah.
there is hope for him.
Right. New
Like how there's
beginning.
this shaft of light just pouring down on it. Ah, there's Navi. Navi is directing us to go to Death Mountain. There's something strange about it. So that pretty much wraps up the episode here. So we got to where we needed to get to. Next episode, we will go and get the fire. I say tunic. I've heard tunic. I've heard so many different things, but I say
It's
tunic.
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 Yeah, it's
Okay.
totally tunic.
Okay.
Actually, we use that in everyday fashion too. So yeah, I think it
Okay.
is tunic.
Okay. Me and Jacob Rush would go back and forth on that. I'm Team Tunic.
It's too
It's like-
funny.
I can't wait for like Zelda to have voice acting, just so we know how they're pronounced.
I don't know, man. That would Zelda talking, it really bothered me in Breath of the
Yeah.
Wild. I'm like, she needs to just be quiet. Oh my goodness.
That's another story, though.
That is another.
I want to get an episode together with a bunch of people who dislike Breath of the Wild and just do that and see what people say.
Oh my gosh. I would be like probably crucified if I said something against.
No,
That's
you have peers that didn't like the game too, and so everybody brings that to the table and roasts it basically.
Okay, if we call it a roast, okay, because that like kind of, I don't know, alludes to maybe there might be some appreciation for it. I don't know.
Well,
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. Go ahead and share where people can find you. If you're a Twitch streamer, definitely plug your stream.
Yeah, I'm AKA Dark Lily. I do stream occasionally, but I have a family, so it hasn't been as often as I like, but yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting back. I've got my setup all set up. So if you want to see me, I'm on Twitch, aka Dark Lily.
Awesome. I know you're also in the Nintendo Nostalgia chat, so hang out there sharing bell prices or turnip prices. So
Yeah.
So awesome. So that brings us to the end of the show. You can find us, the show, at www.thenintendovillage.com/Nintendo Nostalgia on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts and YouTube. You can find us on Facebook at Nintendo NOS, on our Twitter at Nintendo_NOS. You can also find us on our Instagram at Nintendo NOSIN. Shoot us an email at NintendoNostalgiaIN@gmail.com. And also, you can give us a call on our Nostalgia Hotline, share some memories, and show us some love at 317-969-5690. That brings us to the end of the episode. Thank you so much for listening and for watching.